The Young and the Restless Spoilers Thurdays Full, the 23rd of July, 2026 update. Oh my god, besties. Welcome back to the channel on this completely wild Wednesday. I am literally filming this while I am running errands because I just had to jump on here and vent. We are not just watching this show, we are invested. And I am personally offended by what just went down in Genoa City. Grab your iced coffees because we are spilling all the tea right now. You guys, I am deceased. Stop what you are doing. I am literally shaking. Wait, we need to talk about this now because my heart cannot take another second of this absolute cinematic mayhem. I am genuinely hyperventilating right now over the sheer gravity of what just happened to our Newman matriarch. And if you have not seen the Wednesday, July 22 update yet, you need to mentally prepare your souls. Send help. My soul has actually left my body. I was mid-skincare and smeared charcoal mask all over the rug when the scene started, and I literally had to yeet my phone across the room because the tension was straight up astronomical. The stakes have never been higher, and I am physically vibrating from the stress of watching Nikki Newman sit in that sterile, terrifying hospital room waiting for her eye bandages to come off. Let us just set the scene for a second because the vibes were genuinely so heavy you could cut them with a chainsaw. Nikki is sitting there looking absolutely gorgeous despite having her eyes wrapped up like a mummy, which is honestly so unhinged how she always looks flawless, and Victor is standing right by her side. The doctor comes in, and the air in the room just completely evaporates. You can literally feel the existential dread radiating through the screen. Nikki has been trying to play it cool all week, acting like she is prepared for the worst-case scenario, but bestie, be for real right now. Nobody is ever prepared to hear that they might be permanently blind. The doctor starts slowly unwinding the bandages, and I am screaming into my pillow, clutching my chest because I am literally too unwell to handle this. And then the bandages come off. The moment of truth. Nikki blinks against the harsh hospital lights, and you guys, the look on her face just shattered my entire existence. It is bad news. Her vision is still a mess, and the absolute terror that washes over her features is a high-octane psychological masterpiece of acting. She is terrified, completely and utterly horrified by the reality of her health. She tried to brace herself for this exact moment, but actually living it? Actually sitting there and realizing that the darkness might not go away? I am crying real tears in the middle of Target right now, just thinking about it. The doctor does not even give her a solid ray of hope immediately, and you can just see Nikki crumbling internally. But wait, hold on, I should have mentioned this earlier, but Victor Newman's reaction to this is basically the most intense thing I have ever witnessed. Did I say that yet? My brain is mush. Moving on, Victor immediately goes into full protective mustache mode. He makes this incredibly heartfelt, earth-shattering promise to Nikki right there in the clinic. He looks her dead in the eyes, even if she cannot see him perfectly, and vows to stay by her side until she can see again. He basically promises to throw his entire massive billionaire fortune at the medical community to find the absolute best specialists on the planet to fix her eyes. It was genuinely so romantic, but also so aggressively Victor. Like he is literally trying to intimidate the concept of blindness into submission. Which brings me to a completely random tangent, because I cannot stop thinking about it. Why is the lighting in Genoa City Memorial Hospital always so dramatic? Like, they are in a medical facility, but the shadows are falling across Victor's tailored suit like he is starring in a noir thriller. And don't even get me started on the vibes of the doctor, who just stood there looking like he would rather be literally anywhere else. But anyway, snapping back to the main tea, Victor's promise is actually making me spiral because these two were literally just at each other's throats. Wait, backtrack for a second? I missed a step. Just a minute ago, Nikki was basically ready to divorce Victor over his psychotic vendetta against Jack Abbott and the fact that he brought Patty Williams back into their orbit. She was questioning if his hatred for Jack was stronger than his love for her, and now, suddenly, this devastating medical crisis is the exact thing gluing them back together. It is giving major trauma bonding energy, and I am totally living for it, but also genuinely terrified for Nikki's sanity. Victor is acting like the ultimate devoted husband right now, but we all know he is still secretly pulling strings in the background. If Nikki finds out he is still targeting people while playing her knight in shining armor, the fallout is going to be a total dumpster fire. Manifesting a total dumpster fire by the next update, honestly. Wait, I'm glitching. Okay, back to the main event. Because if you thought the hospital drama was unhinged, we desperately need to talk about Phyllis Summers and Matt Clark. Bestie, be for real right now. Phyllis and Matt? They are officially on my do not perceive list. I am so done. I cannot even fathom the psychological gymnastics Phyllis is doing right now to justify hanging out with the man who literally tortured Nick and her daughter's entire family. It is straight up chaotic, and I am here for the mess. But also, what is her endgame? So, let us rewind to Tuesday, July 21. Because Nick straight up busted in on Phyllis and Matt sharing a romantic moment, and Nick lost his absolute mind. And honestly, valid. Nick is already spiraling. He is popping pills, he is stressed about his mother's eyes, and then he walks in and sees his ex-wife cozying up to the ultimate villain. Nick makes things so incredibly tense, throwing around death threats, and basically promising to end Matt's existence. Nick is acting so unhinged, and Phyllis is panicking because she knows Nick is genuinely volatile right now. Following that massive confrontation, Phyllis goes into full stalker mode. Yes, you heard me. Phyllis is literally keeping a close eye on Matt Clark because she is terrified he is going to pack his bags and flee Genoa City after Nick's explosive threats. She tracks him down and basically begs him not to make any rash decisions. She is pleading with this absolute psychopath not to leave town, and I am sitting here screaming at my screen, "Phyllis, let him leave! Send him packing." But no, she is completely obsessed with whatever dangerous game she is playing with him. It is a dangerous obsession, and I am calling it right now. This villain arc is about to go nuclear and blow up right in her face. And how exactly is she keeping an eye on him? Is she moving him into her hotel room at the Genoa City Athletic Club? Because if she does, I will literally pass out from the sheer audacity. Can you imagine Matt Clark ordering room service on Phyllis's tab while Nick is roaming the halls looking for blood? Or is she going to hire private security to follow Matt around? Does Phyllis even have the budget for a private security detail right now, considering Victor is actively trying to bankrupt her entire company? The logistics of this stalking operation are genuinely keeping me awake at night. She might just be doing it the old-fashioned way, creeping around corners in a designer trench coat, spying on him from behind a potted plant in the GCAC lobby. Which, by the way, speaking of the GCAC lobby, have you guys noticed they changed the floral arrangements near the dining room? It used to be these gorgeous white lilies, and now it is this weird, aggressive red aesthetic that honestly perfectly matches the absolute bloodbath that is about to happen between Nick and Matt. Did I say that yet? My brain is mush. Moving on. But seriously, the aesthetic choices on this show are basically screaming that someone is going to get hurt. Nick is adding so much fuel to this fire. He is the ultimate wild card right now. He is supposed to be focusing on his recovery and staying clean for Sharon and Noah, but instead, he is hyper-fixating on Matt Clark. The temptation to permanently eliminate Matt is pushing Nick right back to the sedatives. He is a ticking time bomb, and Phyllis trying to protect Matt or keep him in town is only going to make Nick snap faster. I am literally hyperventilating right now, just thinking about what Nick is going to do when he finds out Phyllis is actively tracking Matt to keep him close. It is a recipe for an absolute disaster. I am genuinely terrified for everyone involved. Nikki is losing her sight, Victor is making promises he might not be able to keep while hiding his dark deeds, Nick is on the verge of a lethal relapse, and Phyllis is playing house with a literal monster. The stakes are astronomical, the drama is cinematic, and my grip on reality is completely slipping. This situation is now my entire personality, and I am not okay. I need to go scream into a pillow for about 45 minutes and maybe reapply my charcoal mask because this episode has aged me 10 years. Let me know in the comments if you are also spiraling over Nikki's diagnosis and Phyllis's absolute lack of survival instincts. I love you guys so much. Stay chaotic, and I will see you in the next update.